Next topic. So obviously we are now watching the Euros. The Euros is the story of right now. We're watching a lot of those games. It's the tournament that's on right now. Club football is closed. A very interesting thing that I've seen has come up, and I want to have a conversation about it. Gareth Southgate is obviously the coach of England. Gareth Southgate has talent upon talent upon talent upon talent at his disposal. They have all of the name brands. We saw last night with France, Didier Deschamps, French coach, also has all the big name brands with him. Mbappe, Giroud, Camavinga, Griezmann. It's a stacked team. But we've seen them struggle. England was not convincing for their 1-0 win. France has not been convincing for their 1-0 win. And I think there's other things at play here. And it's the curse of a big team. The curse of coaching a big, successful, or a stacked team. There's two things. One, how do you manage everybody? PSG has to deal with one ego. Maybe at Man City, there's a couple of egos, but they're separate. You've got more time with them. You go to Spain, you've got Real Madrid, there's probably egos there. You've got more time to massage the players and learn how it works. At international level, you are bringing all of these people into a team. And there's pressure. There's pressure of expectation, but there's also pressure of you can't bench Foden. You can't leave a player X out, Trent Alexander-Arnold out. You can't do this. You can't have Griezmann not play. You can't have Dembele not bench because you have Mbappe on the pitch. There's so much pressure. And I think we look past it. I think we don't realize that, in as much as having that quality at your disposal is great, it's amazing. It's not FIFA. It's real life. And I feel as though where England and France are struggling is that their coaches, for lack of a better term, excuse my French, don't have the balls to make a choice. Hi guys, I've got a system. There's a particular system that I play. I love playing a 3-4-1-2. I love playing a 4-4-2. I like doing a 4-3-3. And frankly, in my 4-3-3, I cannot have Trent and Walker in the same pitch. And I will stand by it and I will die by it. They don't have that. Last night we watched a French team that didn't have a system. We watched a French team where Mbappe miraculously had to get an on goal, had to find an on goal in that Austrian defense. And you'd imagine, man, that you're thinking to yourself, I'm waiting to see this player combine with that player, so that we can see what they can give us. And this is where you have to give props to certain coaches. You have to give props to your Pep Guardiolas. There's a demand. There's a high level of players, and he goes, no, guys, it's my football. And if you step out of line, I move you. And if you don't fit my system, I move you. And if you don't live up to the standard that we need to have, I move you. That is where you find sympathy for coaches like Coach Rulani, where the weight of your expectations with Mamelodi Sundowns is already on your shoulders. Now you have to rotate these players. Now you have to figure out how to play these players. Some of these guys have contractual things that are in there that force them to play. And this is a short one. My only advice that I would give to these two coaches that I mentioned, Didier Deschamps and also Gareth Southgate, is guys, live and die by your own sword. Gareth Southgate, if you want to play boring football with boring English players and you don't want to have to fit Foden into your team and you don't want to have to fit all those people, don't do it. It's not worth it. Rather the media crucify you for something you chose than the media and the fans and everybody crucifying you over what they want and can't work. You know, sometimes as fans, there's things we want. I want that player and that player. I want this coach and that thing. I want that person. We don't look to the chemistry. We don't look to the structure. We don't look to any of those type of things when we're speaking about these type of things. So why, Gareth Southgate, Didier Deschamps, do you guys subject yourself to this? What's also interesting, the other way around, with smaller teams in this tournament that we've watched on the watch-alongs, you don't have to play expensive football. You don't have to be under pressure to play modern tiki-taka and all of those type of things. Sometimes you just have to be direct and cross that ball, man. It's your strength. You're good at it. Cross that ball, swallow your pride, and play that thing. Get the result. But there's so many factors that play, Shem, for these coaches. And I think for all of the talk that I give about coaches and what they need to do, I think we need to also understand a little bit of what they go through. I can't imagine picking the England squad, the backlash. I can't imagine having to select a starting lineup of those players. I can't imagine wanting to make a tactical change. 24th minute, I see something's not working, but can you imagine Bukayo Saka, Foden, or whoever walking off the pitch 24 minutes in? That would be a scandal. And big ups to coaches that don't care, you know, for all the stick that we give Hugo Bruce, all the pressure and all the noise we make. Hey, that man sticks to his guns. Which is a trait that I think is missing with these teams. So when you're watching these guys, have a little bit of compassion. I know I'm hard on these people, but have a little bit of compassion.